Objective, multiplying and dividing scientific notation. Vic number 1, multiply or divide like factors and apply the rules of exponents. So you're always going to put the ones that are the same together, whether they're two constants or the ones that have base 10 and an exponent, those go together as well. Vic number 2, when multiplying like bases, keep the base and add the exponents. So this is from our previous unit on exponent rules. When multiplying like bases, keep the base and add the exponents. Vic number 3, when dividing like bases, keep the base and subtract the exponents. So you should be familiar with both of these skills. Multiplying scientific notation. Example number 1, 5.1 times 10 to the 7th times 2 times 10 to the 2nd. So parentheses separate what we're going to multiply. Now you see I've underlined in blue 5.1 and 2. Those are the same kinds of terms. Those are like factors. And 10 to the 7th and 10 to the 2nd are also like factors. So we're going to multiply the ones that are the same together. We're going to go ahead and group them so that they're in the same set of parentheses. So 5.1 times 2. Those go together. And in our other set of parentheses, we're going to put 10 to the 7th times 10 to the 2nd, because those are like factors. They go together. Now we're going to multiply 5.1 times 2. Well, if you multiply this, you should get 10.2. And 10 to the 7th times 10 to the 2nd. So when you multiply these, you keep the base 10, and add the exponents. So 7 plus 2 gives us 9. Now this number is not in scientific notation because there's 2 digits in front of the decimal. We need 1 digit in front of the decimal. So we're going to have to move the decimal 1 place to the left, which means we have to add 1 to the exponent. So our number will be 1.02 times 10 to the 10th power. Remember that whenever you move the decimal to the left, the exponent gets bigger by the number of places that the decimal has moved. So we moved it 1 place, the exponent gets bigger by 1. Example number 2, 2.3 times 10 to the 4th times the quantity 4.5 times 10 to the negative 5th. Again, you can see that 2.3 and 4.5 are the like factors, and 10 to the 4th and 10 to the negative 5th are like factors as well. So we're going to put the ones that are the same together. 2.3 times 4.5. And 10 to the 4th and 10 to the negative 5th. We're going to multiply those together. Now 2.3 times 4.5. Let me get my calculator. You can go ahead and do this. 2.3 times 4.5, we get 10.35. 10 and 35 hundredths. And we can multiply 10 to the 4th times 10 to the negative 5th. Again, when multiplying like bases, keep the base 10, and add the exponents. 4 plus negative 5. Type it on your calculator. 4 plus negative 5. You should get negative 1. So our exponent is now negative 1. Again, this number is not in scientific notation because we have 2 digits in front of the decimal and we need just 1. So we need to move 1 place to the left, which means our exponent gets bigger by 1. So now we have 1.035 times 10 to the 0 power. Negative 1 plus positive 1 is 0. This is our answer in scientific notation. And moving on. Dividing scientific notation. Example number 3. So we have 7.2 times 10 to the negative 5th divided by 4 times 10 to the negative 3rd. Now again, you can see that I have grouped the ones that are the same. 7.2 and 4 are like factors. factors, and 10 to the negative fifth and 10 to the negative third, they're like factors as well. So we can do 7.2 divided by 4 times 10 to the negative fifth divided by 10 to the negative third. So you can do this on your calculator. 7.2 divided by 4 is 1.8. So this part gives us 1.8 times, when dividing like bases, keep the base, so base 10, and subtract the exponents. So negative 5 minus negative 3. Negative 5 minus negative 3 gives us negative 2. This is already in scientific notation because we only have one digit in front of our decimal. So this would be your answer. Example number 4. 1.2 times 10 to the 4th divided by 3 times 10 to the 8th. So again, 1.2 divided by 3, we can group those together. They're like factors. And we can also group 10 to the 4th divided by 10 to the 8th. Those are like factors as well. They both have base 10. 1.2 divided by 3. Type this in on your calculator, and you should get 0.4, 0.4. All right. Now these, when dividing like bases, keep the base and subtract the exponents. 4 minus, because this division is kind of like a minus sign, 4 minus 8 is negative 4. Now this number is not in scientific notation because we have a 0 in front of our decimal, and we need to have a non-zero number. We need a number other than 0 in front of our decimal. So we need to move this decimal one place to the right. Now before we moved to the left and we added 1 to our exponent, here we have to move one place to the right, so we need to subtract 1 from our exponent, which gives us 4 times 10 to the negative 4 minus 1 more is negative 5. So 4 to the negative 5th power.